Hey folks, here's another update on the last remaining section of the retaining wall. So I haven't been updating as often as I normally would because I just really feel behind on this project. But plan for today, as you can see, hasn't changed much from when I laid the gravel. I had to pause and rethink some things because as I was digging up this concrete block here, you can see a piece of it over there, I accidentally cracked some of the PVC pipe, and so I also had to make a run to the slope, and then I also realized that this concrete slab here, it went all the way up to there, and there used to be a slab that ran all the way over there, was for erosion control, because let me just put down the volume, because when this house was built, this gutter spout runoff hit here, and so what you don't want to happen is it to hit the soil, and over time it just creates this hole and hole and hole and hole, right? It just keeps going deeper. So what they did, they put a concrete slab angled this way, and there's a decent amount of like pebble rock, 3/4 around here, so all of it drained. There's a little walkway with pebble rock too, and it drained all the way up to there, and that's a little bit lower than this, about like 5 inches lower than grade here. However, I don't want to have a rock pathway anymore, which means more work, because I eventually want to either put all turf or I want to redo the grass here, and so that means solving the problem of the drainage. And so I had this 9x9 basin already, catch basin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here and change the angle of the spout to dump the water into this catch basin. And then that catch basin has 4-inch drain pipe, solid, not perforated, up to here. And then I could have just probably called it a day and just ran a direct line all the way out there. But part of me was really bothered that this wall wouldn't have anywhere to drain out from here, right? Because this is going to handle all the water from the spout. Any overflow of rain and all that's just going to be absorbed in the ground, and any excess overflow of this wall should be just dispersed within the drain rock. But then if for some reason there's too much of it, where would it go? So this is right, it just sits here. So just like I did on the other side, where I ran on that section over there, I ran it as close as I could to a slope, right? So the runoff gravity would do its job, and in the worst case scenarios where there's storms and all this stuff, too much water, so I've got somewhere to go. It's the same idea here. I wanted to keep it consistent, so this might be overkill, but it's the way I like doing it. So there you go. So any overflow, any excess, we'll have somewhere to go. So this will be a T right here, connect here, angle it a little bit, and then just do a run all the way to here. And then have an emitter right here. Maybe put some pebble rock here, surround it about a 18-inch in diameter circle, and this will just let the water drain down. I thought about cutting a hole here, but that's a lot of work, and for now I think I'm just going to leave it like this, right? Because that would be cutting up concrete. Oof, that's just I'm behind on this project, so I don't want to complicate it too much. So that's gonna be good enough. I'm just thinking like it'd be nice not to have the runoff go over the driveway and just kind of eliminate altogether, but you gotta make compromises somewhere. Maybe in the future I'll do that. So yeah, that's the plan. So now I'm just gonna there's a lot more work to do here, so I have to make sure all the ground below is compacted and as even as possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy 1/4-inch stone, clean, right, and just put it there. Make sure that level, where that begins, is at a 1-degree slope all the way down there. So I think that's gonna be probably the most time-consuming part of it. Not really happy about the extra work because I was so gung-ho on just putting the blocks because just starting to do it and blah 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 and all this. But then I was like, well, when they brought the track loader, right, to do this work, to take out the dirt, they ripped up all the irrigation. So as you can see here, you can even appreciate how deeper this is, right? This used to be this was on a slope, right? This used to be here, but now we've dug in. So that gives me more reason to have somewhere for all this water to go. So that's it. That's the update. And hopefully next time I should have most of this dug out. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna have most of this dug out. I gotta take that pebble rock and clean and put it somewhere, maybe in one of the wheelbarrows. One of the things I want to show you is also how you figure out the level and make sure that the drainage pipes are all, they're all going to drain properly. So I guess the standard is a 1 degree downward slope, right, across the run. So there's calculators online that you could find. I'll help you do the calculation. You just plug in the length of the run and the amount of the rise or the drop, and it'll tell you the degree. And so what now I have is about a 1 degree, preferably 2, but 1 degree is what I got. And one of the things that I just kept thinking about was like, when the emitter, when there's enough water where it goes above the emitter, right? The little cap on the emitter is going to come up. The emitter is this thing. These guys, right? So there's a cap. There's a cap here, right? You can see by the picture. That cap's going to come up. But what I just wanted to calculate was like when that would happen, right? So so this here, I'm using this sketch pad that has dots, which is cool because you could basically say like 1 dot is 1 inch, 4-inch pipe here, right? We got a 5 degree drop, and then we got the emitter, and you can measure the distance from the emitter to the connection of the pipe is 2 inches, so 1, 2, and then this is your run. And here you could see, so by the time the water pushes up the emitter, it means that the water line is going to be about 1/4 full of the catch basin. So the catch basin should never ever get more full than that. And that's kind of like the way you could calculate that, right? Because this is just the top of the emitter, right? And the other thing is, with your leveling equipment, right, you need to get a leveler like this that does like a 360, right? And then you grab your pole and you take one height where your catch basin is. All right, so say it's here, right? And so you're beeping here. The laser guide would be propped up somewhere over there. You're beeping here, so this is your top of your catch basin, and then you take it all the way to the front, and then you see what level this is. And surprisingly enough, even to me, this is about 5 inches lower. Doesn't look it, but it is. So what's gonna happen is that the first time you do it, you're gonna find it's gonna be floating. But you could take the mark, you could take where you are, and then drop the pole, right? Let's say this is the level, the grade over there. You can drop the pole. Just remember this, wherever this was, and then just move it up, and that will be your rise or drop. And that's basically what I had to do to figure it out. I did the same for the wall, right? To make sure the wall is pretty much almost the same as the catch basin. So that's how you do it. All right.